going to be going out. Reborn continues forward, and Akuji is moving forward, or is coming in now for Gear in the Rear.
Thanks, Ryu Sand. We appreciate your comments there. Do us a favor if you like the cast, if you like what you see here, go out to Twitter and give us a follow. That's the biggest reward we can get, so that you can keep track of what's going on with us, both in SC2CTL and other things going on. We do have a couple other events coming up here in the coming months that we will be a part of, so it's cool to see that. Follow at SC2CTL, at WingNetSC, and at Galligation. Also, a big thanks to DOS Keyboard for sponsoring the league. Go out and tweet to them as well. Any feedback we can get from you is awesome, and we just love to hear it.
Yep, as we've said earlier in the stream, throughout the course of the StarCraft 2 Community Team League season, we have been asking for feedback and gotten some great suggestions. We have changed a lot of the overlay and implemented a lot of the constructive criticism that we've gotten, so we definitely take those to heart. Please let us know what you think we could do to improve the cast.
Thanks, ProBaser and Thorium. Big shout outs to you guys. We appreciate you tuning in and watching. And this, I mean, this league is the last official scheduled cast of the season 1 of SC2CTL. The next cast will be Sunday, starting at 11:30 Eastern, and that will be our live semifinals and finals event. We're not even calling it a cast, we're calling it an event for the finals for North America, and that will be just a super fun time, so we hope you join us for that as well.
And we do have some giveaways sponsored by DOS as well. They're going to be providing a couple of shirts and a couple of tumblers that you will be able to win as you watch the cast. We will have some codes for you to enter in. I know we decided on how we were going to do that, but I don't remember how now.
Yeah, they are pretty sweet things as well.
Yeah, so definitely tune in for that. You could win some cool DOS swag.
Just going to the ship here. I wanted to link this out real quick, and I do have it now. So this is linked to some of the cool stuff to be able to win on Saturday for tuning into the stream. We'll be posting how to win that. The shirts and the tumblers, they're pretty darn cool.
That is right.
But now
I do want to correct. We mispronounced Probosor, so I do want to say it correctly. Thank you, Probosor.
Probase. All right. Big shout out to Probosor in chat. And we do shout outs for follows.
Because we are filthy, filthy whores.
All right.
It's getting late.
It is getting late. This is a double header. For those of you just joining us, this is our second match of the night. So we are on game number 5 of our second full match of the night. So we are just trucking it right along as we move into game number 5. As I mentioned, I can't remember what I just said, but going into the lower right-hand corner, wearing the blue trunks from StarCraft Ascension, it is Reborn.
And in the top left-hand corner, coming out for Gear in the Rear, another Zerg player, it is Akuji.
Gear in the Rear does like their Zergies. Oh,
so I'm Cuddled Bear. Zerg1323. Thank you so much for following. We appreciate it.
Yeah, big shout out to you guys. Thanks for that. Also, don't forget to follow the SC2CTL Twitch channel. That's probably one of the cool things to follow too, so you can keep track of the cast in the future. Hopefully this OBS chat simmers down here as they get going here. Usually these guys are a little bit better about this because they know, oh, okay, Symmetric's saying he can stream in the nude. That's, finally someone's saying no more chat. Shush. But so I guess if you want to see that, you can go check out their streams. But so far we are going to see...
Both Zergs putting down the spawning pool at around 14 drones, so we're going to be seeing some equal time Zerglings and some scouting going on from either side.
Yep, follow at SC2CTL on Twitter as well as at WingNetSC and at Galligation to keep track of the SC2CTL actions as well as any other actions. Galligation and I will actually be casting the StarCraft tournament at Umicon in Detroit this year coming up, so that'll be cool.
That is likely to happen. We're still, again, finalizing those details, per usual.
Spawning
details always need to be finalized.
Spawning pool popping for both players as well as hatcheries going down, so Very similar builds from both. Akuji putting down a gas though, so that is going to be a bit of a divergence, but Reborn not far behind putting his down as well.
People are asking me questions in chat.
I see that. So it looks like Akuji now going to be mining gas, going for some speed likely. Both these hatcheries are going to pop at about the same time, so you know, we've seen a lot of ZVZs so far today, but they have been fairly divergent from each other, so seeing such similar builds out of both players will lead us to some interesting battles here, I'm sure.
Yep, getting more of micro and less of units at this stage of the game, so if they do early stage of the game swells, they are going to be all the bigger for it.
Both players do have overlords at the front of each other's bases, so there won't be anything too tricky coming down. A couple Zerglings from Reborn into the base of Akuji, working away at some pros, but he did get one kill, it looks like, so one drone down, but the queen comes out, so that's going to clean those up. Consider it cleaned up. Oh, but nice queen and drone placement from Akuji, coming in from the natural to trap those lings. He wants to actually kill them, I guess. 1 and 2.
And why not? Any kills on lings are good kills. Baneling Nest now coming down for Reborn.
Yep, Zergling speed coming down at exactly the same time, both players. Reborn, as you said, getting the Baneling Nest a little bit sooner. We'll see if Akuji puts down the same. Looks like both players keeping up on their injects. Well, Baneling Nest does come down for Akuji now, so wow, this is a strikingly similar build. So will we see Mutalisk as well?
I think we're going to be more likely to see some play with the Zerglings and the Banelings before we see Mutalisk. Obviously, both players are going to want to be getting Mutalisk, but if you can hinder your opponent's ability to do so, that typically gives you a leg up.
Yeah, both players... Akuji getting a gas, Reborn still only on one gas, so Lair coming down for Reborn as well, so that is going to be, oh my gosh, Lair coming down at exactly the same time for Akuji. We don't even need to mention names, we're just going to mention what's going on.
Both players getting this, both players getting this.
Now we just say what's
18
happening.
lings now, though, for Akuji, so he's going to be doing a little bit of aggression here.
And, you know, with those lings coming out a little bit faster, if those numbers can get higher, you know, that could be a thing. But again, with Banelings, good positioning beats unit numbers all day, every day.
Reborn does spot that, but he's not making a lot of Zerglings, choosing to make some Banelings. So hopefully he's able to get some good trades for those, as the Zerglings are now moving in, and they're going straight into the natural mineral line.
Couple Banelings are about to pop here. It looks like they're gonna run another direction.
Ooh,
nice connections there on the Banelings.
But there are still Zerglings in the mineral line. Reborn does have Zerglings of his own, trying to clean that up, and that does eventually get taken care of.
Spinecrawler's going down for Akuji, as now since he's spent a lot of units, he wants to protect himself against the counterattacks. One, twice, thrice, saying ZVZ in chat.
And both players are able to get their Spire down virtually at the same time.
What would you expect? Oh, what is going on here? What is going on here? Okay. Alright. All the drones go to build a hatchery.
Certainly a mistake.
Whoops.
And that is going to hurt a lot.
Snake Hips in Observer chat breaking the silence to say WTF. So we'll say that will put Akuji at a bit of a disadvantage?
I would think so. I mean, he already does have a supply deficit, and the Banelings moving in now, not getting a ton of drone kills, but do get some.
Yeah, those Spinecrawlers there were in a good position to help us stave off the Zerglings, but the Banelings swinging around the other side. Oh man, that would really stink, because now, I mean, look, you know, Akuji wanted to get a third base time, but look at Reborn, now he's got his third base. This is breaking the linear path that is this game.
Yeah, Reborn has been able to get a slow but steady lead in supply, and he does have quite the difference between his cap and his current, so those 4 Mutalisks being produced, I'm sorry, that's Akuji, 10 Mutalisks out for Reborn.
Yep,
that are being
Zerglings from
produced.
Akuji going to be coming in here. It looks like pretty even numbers of Zerglings without any Banelings here.
Baneling does move forward. Not really able to connect, though, but more Banelings moving forward, and now the Mutalisks are out. Gonna try and take care of those Mutalisks, or those Banelings, rather, before they get any significant damage done.
Yeah, he was good timing on those Mutalisks coming out, but I mean, Akuji has a pretty similar number of Banelings going on as well.
And now Akuji's really trying to get his Overlords back to base. He is going to be losing those, and now he is capped on supply. 7 Mutalisks are in production for him to join the 5 that are already out, so he will be gaining the Mutalisk advantage here shortly.
It looks like Reborn now sending his Mutalisk in. Oh, and the third base of Akuji wants to get down so bad, but is he going to get the cancel this? He does, just barely, as it was about to die, as those Mutalisks were there, but the Mutalisk of Akuji here as well, so all depends on the angle of engagement here and how this goes in. But, oh, another Overlord going down for Akuji.
And that is really going to hurt him. I mean, he's got great vision with these Overlords, but he's going to end up losing so many of them, and that is going to prevent him from being able to build his army up at all, frankly. He's got to spend all his larvae to make more Overlords. Yeah,
this is really smart of Reborn to just be going around the map cleaning up Overlords, because he has the advantage, and he knows that since he got the third base down. So if he just slowly builds his Mute account and slowly, you know, continues to reap that advantage, I mean, it's not a bad idea for him to just kind of sit back at the moment.
Akuji now moving forward with his Mutalisks into the natural base of Reborn, but Reborn moving into the natural base of Akuji as well. Banelings do hit, and both sets of Mutas are virtually uncontested here. There's no Spore Crawlers out.
No Spore Crawlers. You know what we do need in ZVZ Galligation are air Banelings. In the form of the Scourge.
The Scourge.
Scourge?
Not Scourge.
Scourge? Yeah. Wow. Oh, wow. Reborn actually canceled a couple Spine Crawlers there. Now their Mutalisks are free to do their damage against the drones. But both players doing significant damage to each other. We'll have to see how this turns out. So far, it's looking pretty even. The advantage here is that Reborn has some Zerglings in here as well.
Yeah, but Akuji's able to take out a lot of the infrastructure of Reborn. Reborn smartly just building the Spore Crawlers at his third base and able to get those down, so now those Mutalisks are not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage there.
Yeah, there are Spore Crawlers as well going up in the main base of Akuji, but you know, he's still way behind on bases. Akuji having lost his second, not able to get up a third, so he's going to really struggle to keep up with Reborn here.
Yeah, he's only on one base, and Akuji wasn't able to take out any of the bases of Reborn. So Reborn has a huge advantage here. Akuji still supply blocked severely, so this is going to be a final push as Akuji rather, is not able to resupply this. The Mutalisks are trying to stave off the other set of Mutalisks.
Yeah,
but so many drone kills here.
Since that buff of the Spore Crawlers, it is just so tough for even a large number of Mutalisks to fly into an... What?
Akuji has 0 drones on the board right now. 4
no.
just were created, so that completely shut down all economy that he had.
The viewers cannot see your shocked face, but I certainly saw it, so I knew something. So Reborn smartly just pulling back. I mean, as I was saying, those Spore Crawlers, even with a large number of Mutas, are so hard to fly into, just because they do what, 2-3 shot a Mutalisk.
Yeah, that's some ridiculous amount of damage now, which I think is smart, frankly. I think that it does provide options for Zerg players in this matchup.
Yeah, it is going to be a Mutalisk battle coming across the top here as Akuji's trying to get some form of economy going, now only at 6 drones, so he has increased by something like 30% his economy. Asking the supply of his opponent, possibly to know if it's time to GG. But the Mutalisk is going to be coming in, taking out another Overlord, taking out these. I just wouldn't want him mining any gas from these over here remotely, I suppose.
Oh, jeez, Reborn just saying it doesn't matter what my supply is. This game is over. And sure, I mean, Akuji only has 9 drones to the 42 of Reborn. He is not lying.
Gosh, really, I mean, it just comes down to these Spore Crawlers. Reborn just can't actually get into the base of Akuji with Mutalisk, so, I mean, he's going to be getting air upgrades and potentially some more Mutalisks, but he's got to find some way to break in here. Yeah,
pushing that advantage is not a bad idea.
But, I mean, with the number of Mutalisks that Akuji does have, along with these Spore Crawlers, I mean... Reborn could make a misstep, but I mean, he does have an economy behind this, so there is that.
But you don't want to get too out of position. Even though you have an advantage, you don't want to lose all your mutas, as that you could take some significant damage. But it doesn't look like he's in risk of that at all. There's the GG.
The GG. So, I mean, even in the end there, I mean, Reborn had 4 to 5 mutas being constructed at any given time.
Yeah. And that's what you're able to do when you have economy and your opponent doesn't.